beer do I want?
Beer time with the beer man.
Hello, everyone. How you doing tonight, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. I hope we have some good pairings today. We got a great panel, as always. We got Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. We got John and Dilly. We got Bumpy Road Brewery, and we got Michael Komarov. Thank you guys so much for being here. Heck yeah. All right. So thank you to the chat. Thank you. You guys make it. I appreciate you being here. Drunken One, Mary and Butch, Patch, Dickie, Sutton, Kyle, Burley. All right. I think that's it. All right. Cool. Let's go to this screen and pull up Miscellaneous.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Let's just start with the cheese first. Today I've got from Castello, their creamy Havarti. Yeah. Mild and creamy with a delicate buttery tang. Jeez.
Nice.
Nice white Havarti. And what do I have here? This is from American Icon Brewing Company out of Vero Beach, Florida, and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is their Florida Heat. It won bronze medal at Best Florida Beer competition in 2019. Florida Heat.
Awesome. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, this is a sour. It's a sour ale brewed with blood oranges and Fresno chili peppers at 4.6%.
Nice.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Nice golden appearance. Silky smooth white head. It's crackly and dissipating.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. All right. We've got John and Nilly.
All right. So I'll do like Miscellaneous did. I'll show you guys the cheese first. There's the label there. It's sorry if it's not focusing. It's the Beamster Hatch Pepper Gouda with real hatch chilies, product of Holland, free range, grass fed cows only. Went into the making of this cheese. Let me show you what it actually looks like. Not quite as fancy of a presentation as Miscellaneous there, but you can see there's a lot of peppers in there. Looks good. Good looking cheese. And beer that I'm going to pair this with. This is Bumpy's idea. We kind of picked the styles for each other to pair with the cheese. So he said that he thought a brown ale would go good with the Hatch Pepper Chili Gouda. So I went with the Maduro brown ale from Cigar City. I've had it before, but it's been a while, so I'm excited to revisit this beer. It's 5.5% alcohol and 20 IBUs. This beer is out of Miscellaneous' neck of the woods down there in Tampa, Florida. We'll pour up the beer really quick. Okay. Nice dark brown appearance with a 2.5 finger khaki colored, relatively creamy looking head. Looks like a good beer.
Yeah, it does.
So,
great.
Man, I'm already getting some nice aromas off of it, but we'll get to that next time around. Cheers, guys.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks,
John.
All right, Bumpy.
All right. From Danko, I have Havarti spices and herbs. That's the packaging for it. Don't know where Danko's out of. Denmark, a product of Denmark. Okay, cool. The cheese looks like this.
Nice.
Whoa, almost dropped it.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
it started off with it's a nice large log-like thing, and yeah, just cut it up. It's very kind of doughy, soft cheese. The beer that I'm bringing, like John said, we chose each other's beer styles for our cheeses. So from Aeronaut Brewing Company, they're out of Somerville, Massachusetts. I have Robot Crush, which is an American Pilsner that's dry hopped with Citra hops. So 5.1% ABV.
Fucking awesome, dude.
I'm dripping beer onto my cheese below. It looks like an American Pilsner for sure. Kind of rocky white head and straw colored, very effervescent and clear as can be.
That sure is.
Oh yeah, dude.
Looks
Don't
good.
put your credit card up behind that.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Bumpy.
Thank you.
All right. We got Michael.
Okay, we'll start off with my cheese, and this is from the food co-op. So here's the label that it came with. It's a U.S. Munster cheese. You can see on the label there. And this is what it looks like. Pretty typical to the kind, you know, with the orange rim around pretty white cheese. And the beer I am pairing it with is Stone IPA at 6.9% with your cute little stone figure on the front. And you put it in the glass. Let's see how it looks. Getting a little bit, maybe too much head, but we'll see. It will settle either way, no matter how I do it. Guess I poured that a little too ferociously. IPAs can be strange, though. No, I'm not going to go over the top. So in the glass, it looks like very golden, almost a yellow golden with a lot of carbonation, and in this case, like a 2.5 finger white head. And I will come around with a further description the second time around.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, cool. I got some beer and cheese for you. So we got Matchless Brewing Company. Has one called Neon Shadows. It's a dry hop pilsner. I don't know what kind of pilsner it is. It doesn't say. It actually says other on Untapped, but that's what it looks like. Matchless puts out some pretty dank beers. This is a 5.7%, and it's got Ariana, which I've never heard hops, and El Dorado, using Cascadia Pilsner and Global yeast. So, yeah, let's open it. How about the age? No age. Nope, there is. They have it. I like how they do that. Inside a little box like that. Canned 621. It's about a month old.
You don't have to worry about getting rubbed up.
Yeah. Nice golden, somewhat haze. That kind of a chill haze. Golden, chill hazy looking beer. Nice white head, little rocky on the top. Has some medium rising bubbles. Smells very citrusy, very nice tropical citrus. It's nice. So the cheese I got, I was just reading. It said a lighter beer, more than likely a pilsner would work or whatever. So I fit with this. It's a 3-pepper cheese, so it's got some heat. IPA would have probably worked well with this as well. It's a 3-pepper Colby Jack from Boar's Head. It says it's spicy, so it's got jalapeno peppers, chipotle, and green and orange habanero peppers. Yeah, so cool. Nice little smokiness in there from the chipotle. All right, so let's get back to Miscellaneous. Right.
All right, yeah. So we'll start out with the the Florida heat. It's sour, so the head is gone. Still streaming up very, very, very small bubbles. Yeah, it's a pretty beer when it's got a head on it. Kind of looks like sweet tea.
or apple juice.
That's true.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, on the nose, the malt, I'm getting like a crackery biscuit type of malt on this. Nice, like blood orange is there, like very like fruit forward, like it's got a little zest, but like if you, I don't know, you cut a fresh orange and you get that smell. And then that, I guess, the Fresno chili peppers, whichever, I guess, chili peppers they grow in Fresno or pick. Not sure. Didn't tell you on the can. It's got a nice vegetalness to it. Like you could smell that. Like actually smell the pepper. Maybe a little bit of the oils in there. It smells like it's got a bit of a kick. This is the last can of this I've got. So, cheers.
Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Cheers.
God damn, that's good. So yeah, very light, tart. That blood orange hits you right up front, right on the back and the sides of the palate. Kind of, it works well with the tart. Definitely getting like a wheat bread malt on the back. Dries off fairly quick. Those chili peppers are awesome, man. You can really taste it. It actually tastes like you biting into like a fresh pepper. And it has a little bit of heat, not too much, but it's definitely there. A little prickly and tingly on the tongue. Hell yeah, dude, that's good. If they got more, I might go get some more of that. So for the what is this? Castello Creamy Havarti. It was fairly firm when I cut it. Now it's kind of flaccid. But yeah, so I got a nice, rich, buttery, nutty taste or smell. Sure, it's Havarti, man. It's probably gonna follow suit. So yeah, let's give it a try.
Cheesers.
Very oily cheese.
Mm.
Wow. Super light for a Havarti. It almost like it melts in your mouth. It's got a real rich, buttery taste to it. It's not too salty. Very, very mild. And like I said, just a bit of some nuttiness on there. It's pretty good. Nice and creamy. I don't know. Figured I'd get a softer, creamier cheese to go with the spicy sour. All right.
Nice.
Here goes. The cheese is so light, man. It just literally melts on your palate. I don't know. I'd say it kind of works, but I'm gonna munch a little bit more. It's definitely different. Maybe I should add a Boulder cheese. We'll find out.
From
Doesn't
Boulder,
taste
Colorado.
bad. They think they just stand their own a little bit.
Stand up, yeah. Side by side. Yeah. Nice. That works. Nice, dude. Thank you. All right, here we go. We got John up here. Thank you, Miscellaneous.
So the Cigar City Maduro Brown Ale, there it is again. It's got some nice glass lacing and head retention there. Haven't had a sip yet. Nice brown appearance, but when I hold it up to the light, it is clear. There's nothing floating around. There's no haze to it. It's a really good looking beer in the glass. The aroma with this, super roasty, getting some caramel malt. it's almost to the point where you get a little bit of dark chocolate. It's not a really sweet aroma, but there's some dark chocolate in there. Maybe even a little bit of coffee just from the roast on this. If I didn't know any better, if you blindfolded me and gave me this beer, I might think that it was a stout. It's just got such a richness to it. And it's been a while since I've had this beer, so I'm interested to see how the aromas translate to the palate. But it smells really nice. Caramel malt, a little bit of chocolate, some nice roasty, almost coffee-like notes. That's pretty much it. Smells really good, so cheers. Let's get into it.
Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Caramel, toffee, very rich with those sweet flavors initially. The toffee, the caramel. Then in the middle of the sip, you get that brown bread note from the roasted malt. Little bit of dark chocolate, but not what I was thinking it was going to be, thankfully, because I don't think a really chocolatey beer would pair well with this cheese. So just a little bit of dark chocolate, but nothing too sweet. Very, very bready in the middle, like I said, dark, toasted brown bread notes. A little bit of that coffee's kind of coming through, more on the back end, getting a little bit of bitterness from that, as well as a nice earthy hop note. Yeah.
Sounds great.
A little bit of like a mineral type note as well, which is really pleasant, which I think is also coming from the hops, whatever types of hops they're using in here. You're getting a really strong earthy note with a slight bitterness and a nice little mineral component. Very great beer. I'm glad I'm revisiting this. It's been a long time since I've had it. One of the better domestic brown ales, I think, on the market for a standard, 5.5%, 20 IBUs, pretty standard, but it's just popping with flavor. A lot more flavor than like your Lagunitas version of Newcastle. I think it's got a lot more depth of flavor than that. Trying to think of what other really popular brown ales are out there, but this just has such a richness and depth to it that you don't get with a lot of brown ales these days. Like I said, it almost drinks like a stout, but it doesn't have the chocolate notes don't really follow through on the palate as much as I thought they would. But like I said, that's probably not a bad thing. So the cheese, once again, got the Beamster Hatch Pepper Gouda. There it is. Nice looking cheese. It's got a little bit of pliability to it, but it's a semi-firm, I would say. I mean, you can bend it a little bit, but it's kind of in between with the consistency. You can smell those peppers. It's definitely got. You can smell those hatch chilies and a little bit of on the aroma, but that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and taste it.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
I got high hopes. That's good. I like that cheese.
Let me get another little sliver here before I say anything. Yeah, Miscellaneous, I'm glad you turned me on to this cheese. I was inspired when I was watching you with the Hatch chili cheese. It may have been the exact same brand and everything. But
same exact cheese.
Man, this is really dynamite cheese. It kind of melts in your mouth. You're getting the peppers right up front. It's definitely got a little bit of heat to it, but it's not a super spicy cheese. But you definitely get the full effect or the full flavor of the Hatch chilies without it being too spicy. There's a little bit of nuttiness, and there's a sharpness to it. It's almost like a mild cheddar. Like it's got a little bit of sharpness to it, like getting into that cheddar range, but it's not quite as bold as a cheddar. I think the nuttiness really complements the chilies. You get a little bit of heat, but not too much. Really just a great cheese. And as a pepper lover, this is like right up my alley because that pepper flavor is really, really nice. It's just got a freshness to it, and that nuttiness that you get from the Gouda, a little bit of smokiness as well. Really, I think just complements I think it's going to go well with the beer, but we'll see. All right, so let's do the combo now. We can take a sip of the beer. Cheese. That's actually really nice. So take a sip of the beer. You get, the brown bread, the caramel, a little bit of sweetness, and then the nuttiness from the cheese and the peppers just like cuts through the finish a little bit on the beer. So it's almost like a perfect transition. They don't really interrupt each other. They complement each other. So you get all the stuff from the beer, and then you eat that cheese, and it kind of drops the finish off a little bit more quickly. So that little bit of earthiness and mineral type note that you get on the finish, it kind of cuts through that a little bit. When you get a little bit of heat from those peppers, and then the sharpness and smokiness of the cheese really complement the roasted malt in the beer. This is great. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like the holy grail, but they do pair well with each other. They're excellent on their own. They pair well. They complement each other, but it's not necessarily saying that they're elevating each other to that, crazy awesome level. But it does work very well together. I'll try to get my thoughts together and come up with some kind of rating here at the end. But yeah, very, very good combination, and a lot of flavor with the beer and the cheese, and they don't really interfere and detract from one another. So good pairing.
Nice, man. Great, John. Thank you. Right on. Let's go to Bumpy. All right.
So the Robot Crush American Pilsner Citra hops. The aromas on it. It's very, very bread forward. Bready, biscuity, malt aromas. So there is a slight bit of the hop kind of coming through the Citra, but it's coming through like lemon a little bit. It's kind of got this like bit of a lemon zest going on with the biscuity, bready malt. Cheers.
Cheesers.
Light bodied for one. It does have a higher than medium carbonation level. I wouldn't say it's like super like high carbonation, but it's definitely got a spritziness to it. Drying on the palate, it's bready, it's biscuity, malt, hit kind of mid palate with a bitterness, a little bit on the citrus side, like more so orange than lemon in the flavor.
Orange.
Then after that kind of mid palate bitterness hits, it kind of dies down a little bit and has a kind of noble zestiness, maybe a little bit earth toned, woody type bitter effect from the hops. The bitterness does linger on with this. It's definitely a more bitter American Pilsner than some of the other American Pilsners out there. But yeah, let's get to the cheese. The cheese itself doesn't have a big aroma. It's kind of like a buttery type smell, but there is all these spices that they put in there. Definitely pick up on that. I would say there is thyme, possibly oregano, and a little bit of black pepper.
Cheeser.
It's a very flexy, melty, soft cheese. It is like chewing on butter almost. I would say it would be a buttery flavor to the cheese itself, the Havarti. This thing is loaded with spice. It's quite a bit of salt. I'm actually picking up. I'm getting like that oregano, that thyme. I would say like a little bite of like a black pepper, very, very small amount, not overly done.
Drunk on.
That is a lot of spices in this. All right, take another big bite. Left over all the spices all over the palate. Anyways, I'm pretty sure this will help wash it down.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. That's good. Mine was kind of plain.
Yeah. So with the drinking the beer and eating the cheese, having some of the cheese still kind of there, and the remainder of the spices. So this you get the biscuity notes and everything that come through with the cheese still on palate. The hoppiness is there. I think the citrusness kind of get cut down a little bit, but it does wash down the cheese a little bit. But the spices do come right back, and I'm kind of left with that kind of noble hop, woodsy type bitterness from the brew. With some of the biscuit malt is still present as well in the palate, but then the spices, the oregano, the thyme, the saltiness even still lingers on with all the finishing bitterness of the beer. It's interesting. It's I don't know, what would I say? It kind of reminds me of maybe like a white pizza at that point, like just a heavily spiced like white pizza, and then you just drink some light Pilsner, and it kind of works.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna keep eating it and see where I'm gonna land this, and drinking too.
Awesome.
Cheers.
All right, thanks, man. Let's get to Michael.
Okay, so Stone IPA. I said 6.9 alcohol. It's 71 IBUs. And as you'll notice in my glass, the 2.5 finger head now has diminished to like a little thin white head, but there's still good lacing, and it does regenerate when you twist it around. So you're getting good head retention as well. Clear yellow color. I think this is a classic West Coast IPA. Let's see what kind of nose we can get on it. Getting citrusy nose with some tropical notes, some piney hops. I can read off this what the hops are in here, if I can get my phone going again, but I guess I could keep drinking it and tell you the hops later too. A lot of carbonation coming up in the form of small bubbles. Let's get a taste of it.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers. The first thing you get is bitterness. So it is bitter. You're getting the piney hops in the taste as well. So the taste does follow the nose. You're getting grapefruit in the taste. General tropical notes. I can't tell anything specific. What's in, it's not pineapple so much. It's kind of like a combo tropical taste. It's pretty easy drinking for 6.9%. So maybe drinks a little bit more like a session. But the bitterness is fairly pronounced. And I would say if you're somebody who does not like IPA bitterness, this would be one to stay away from, because it lingers and it's not something, if you don't like the bitterness, you would not like this. But I guess in most of the West Coast beers, you're going to get at least moderate to more intense bitterness. Easy drinking, though. And I am enjoying it. Going down pretty easy. And now I'm going to take a look at my cheese here. It's Munster cheese, pretty standard. You know, it bends a little bit, but it's not really strong cheese. Doesn't have much of a odor either. Not much of a smell, but we'll taste it.
Cheesers.
It's a mild cheese. I've always liked it. I think it's going to be interesting with an IPA because I guess we'll see if it helps with the bitterness too. It's not going to circumvent it, but maybe it'll calm the bitterness a little bit. Let me take another piece here. And then we'll wash it down with the beer and see if there's a maybe a little bit. It does tone it down a little bit. It's hard to tone down strong bitterness, though. I think no matter what cheese you'd be using, it'd be hard. But this it makes it a little bit milder. Seems to go pretty well. And I'm enjoying the combination.
Nice.
Let me give you the hops now that I have them. They are Magnum, Chinook, Centennial, Azaka, Calypso, Moteca, Ella, and Vic Secret.
Jeez.
So there are 8 hops in this one.
Dang.
Look in the bank.
Oh,
You know, I guess Stone likes to put like a whole kettle full of stuff and just see what happens. They've been brewing this one for a while, so I don't think the recipe has changed much. But I'm enjoying it. I think most of you have probably had this one. It's this is probably their most common beer that they have. I think their IPA, but very good. And I'll come back with a number when we come back around for both
Awesome.
the cheese and for the beer.
Great, man. Thank you. Thanks so much, Michael. All right. Cool. So, I got that. I'm sorry, Michael. All right. So let's get to the beer. So we got this matchless Neon Shadow Dry Hop Pilsner. We'll find out if it's American or German or whatever. It's probably an American. I have no idea, but let's find out. Smell real quick. I get a little bit of that cracker Pilsner thing in the malts. I'm getting a lemon citrus, possible grapefruit, a little herbal. There's a slight herbal noble thing going on as well in this. Yeah. All right. Clear beer. Like I said, clear beer. Got a chill haze. Went over all that stuff, though. Let's drink this. Cheers.
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 Yeah, it's spritzy. It's lifty. It's about I got good medium high rise carbonation. It's got a bit of a chalky dryness in the finish. The mouthfeel is light, crispy, crunchy, just real nice and easy drinking. A watering beer, a beer the thirst quenching beer. Trying to get the words out here. Very nice wet feel before it dries off, though. It's got the lemon citrus herbal thing going on immediately on the tongue, on the palate, everywhere. It's just nice, and then it dries off and has a nice medium fast. I keep going with rising bubble, medium fast finish, as if stuff is rehearsed in my head. Right? No, it's not rehearsed. I promise. No, this is a good beer, man. It's good. It's I'm not really hardcore into pilsners. Big time. They're not like my go-to, but this isn't bad. This is definitely an American pilsner in my opinion. But it's nice. It's good. I like it. So looking at the cheese, we got 3 peppers in this, one being a smoked chipotle pepper. So I'm assuming I'm going to get some oh, yeah, there's definitely a smokiness, and there's also a very big punch of peppery smells in this. It's also got a nice salty kind of nice, just a good saltiness there. It's a breakable cheese. It breaks. It's not like oily, really. It's kind of dry. Not real flimsy, just kind of breaks. Let's eat this.
There you go. Be sure not to rub your eyes.
Oh, great.
Don't do that.
That's spicy. No, that really is. That's got some heat. That's really spicy, man. I like it. Wow, that's very spicy. But it's also got a nice milky feeling, just very pasty and milky as you chew it in the mouth. And it lathers the whole mouth. Pasties. Shot out some seeds. Oh man. Yeah, that's what's the other one?
That one brings the heat, bro.
Oh my god, dude. The habaneros in this, I think, is what's kicking my butt. With seeds, a lot of seeds in it. That's really hot. That's good. Let's, man. I don't even need to eat another piece. Hold on, but we'll try it out.
That Pilsner is gonna be great after that.
It's starting to get hot, dude. It's like burning my chest down in, like, right at my sternum. You can feel it going into my stomach. Oh man, salty though. It's good. It's a good cheese if you can get past the pepper. Oh, that one actually goes pretty good. It goes good together. It's what I like about this beer the most with the cheese is the quenching, the feel, the waterness, the watery feel of it. Trying to get rid of the spice and the heat. If you guys want a spicy cheese, look for this. This is you were right, Miscellaneous. This is freaking hot. It goes really well with the cheese and a Pilsner, though. I think a nice West Coast IPA would go really well with this.
Cut smaller pieces next time.
Smaller pieces, yeah. Wow, dude. It'll give you a heartburn, heart attack all at once. Very nice. So the beer combination is good. It's thirst quenching. It allows you to still. You can't really taste the beer anymore because the heat's taking over. It's just you're just wanting something to be watery going down your throat to cool it off a bit. So a lighter beer like this is just absolutely perfect. So I'm still getting the cracker kind of biscuit cracker thing going on or something. And the malt kind of comes out a little more, a little corn thing. There's a little adjunct in there, but not bad at all. Cool, man. Let's go back to Miscellaneous. All right.
Shit. I stepped away and lost my beer. My son came out and wanted something. Yeah, so I guess I'll start with the beer first. The American Icon Brewery, the Florida Heat. You know, it's really good. I like this because you had a sour with the peppers in it, and you said it didn't have the heat. I like this beer because it brings the heat. Is it as good as that throwback Pilsner? It's not bringing that kind of heat, but definitely some spice to this one. I think the orange, that blood orange, pairs well with the chili peppers. And the sour, I mean, it just works. And like I said, at 4.6, this is a crushable beer. Definitely good beach beer or lawnmower beer if you don't have acid reflux. If you got that, this might not be the route for you. So I'll score it for a chili sour. I'll put it at a 96.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I just think that the heat comes out. It's not overbearing. You can feel it. It's got the nice vegetal. You can taste it. Almost tastes like fresh peppers. The blood orange complements that by being refreshing. The citrus goes well. And that sour tart zing, it just brings it all together. For the Castello Creamy Havarti, all right. The cheese was great. Only issue I had with the cheese, I didn't even have my cheese out that long. That has to have a really low melting density because I put that in my mouth and it just almost like dissolved. It was mushy, and I really don't have an issue with like mushy cheese or textures, but it was kind of weird, just a little off-putting. Can guarantee you that cheese isn't supposed to be ate like that. You won't usually find Havarti like on a charcuterie board because it's not. It's a melty cheese. That shit's for grilled cheeses, burgers, macaroni and cheese, things like that. So I mean, the cheese as it stands alone, it's good. It's a very good Havarti. I'll put it at a 93. Flavors are great. Just I don't think it's intended for the eating purposes that I was eating. Pairing it together, the milkiness of the cheese was nice with the heat of the beer. I really don't think they complemented each other or contrasted. I mean, they kind of stood their ground. That butteriness of the cheese toned down a little bit of the heat. Obviously, anything lactose gonna kill the heat. But it's a pairing. I'll put it at 85. Wasn't my best work.
Nice, passable.
And, yeah.
Nice, man. Right on, dude. Yeah, we'll let's do shouts after, but if that works for you guys. But great, man. Awesome. Good scores there. All right. So we got John next.
All right. So the Maduro Brown Ale. One thing I don't think I mentioned earlier, I did with the cheese, but not with the beer. Brown ales like this, you do get a nuttiness. There's definitely a little bit of a nuttiness with this beer. Really complement, I mean, the roasted malt character, a little bit of that coffee, dark chocolate, and then that nuttiness that you're getting. Just a really all-around great beer. The body with this, I don't think I mentioned that earlier either. It's light, but it's getting towards medium. It definitely has some substance to it. But at 5.5%, 20 IBUs, you could drink quite a few of these, I think, without getting too full. And it does have a nice, relatively dry finish. So the beer, I'm going to give a 96. I think it's a pretty solid A beer, really excellent brown ale, one of the better brown ales that I've had in recent memory. Okay, and the Beamster Hatch Chili Gouda, it's been sitting out for a while. This is a very thin slice, and as you can see, it's still not too flimsy. It does break cleanly as well. That chili, that Hatch chili flavor is just on point, very fresh. A little bit of sharpness, like I mentioned earlier, and nuttiness. One thing I think with the beer, the cheese, there's a nuttiness to both of them, and I think that they kind of bring out, when you do the pairing, I think it kind of brings out that nuttiness a little bit more. But just talking about the cheese as a standalone, I would say that the cheese is, for me, it's like a 97. It's really great. I love the heat to it. I love the sharpness, the nuttiness, and it's not too oily. Y'all were mentioning oiliness. It's a semi-firm, easy breaking, not too oily. Let it sit out type of thing. This would be good on a charcuterie board because it doesn't, melt in your mouth to the extent that it's a little weird if you were to leave it sitting out for too long. So I like that about it as well. So the pairing, one last go around. Yeah. They complement each other very well, and the nutty flavors come forth more in the beer and the cheese when you pair them together. The beer kind of cuts through a little bit of the heat. I didn't initially think that it was going to be elevated than, the two individual ratings. Then the combo, I didn't think it was going to be higher than the standalone ratings of the beer and cheese, but I'm actually going to give the pairing a 98. I think it's phenomenal. And the more I enjoy the cheese and the beer together, the more I like it. I just think it's a really good pairing. And I would definitely recommend a nice Gouda with peppers and a brown ale because it works really well. So thank you to Bumpy for suggesting the brown ale with the smoked Gouda hatch chili pepper cheese from Beamster. I'm digging it. So cheers, everybody, and thanks for having me, Bear Man.
Yeah, man. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Right on. I'm glad that worked out. Cool, man. Bumpy.
Right. Let's start with the beer. The positives on this American Pilsner from Aeronaut, the Robot Crush. Positives are I like the way the malts come off. It's got the good bready, rich bread, biscuity, both in aromas and flavor. It's got that good body to it that you could expect out of a Pilsner. The Citra hops that are in it, I think they do a nice job, like in the aromatics, bringing out that little bit of a lemon type note. Also kind of works, with that little bit of the citrus type flavor. There we go. And the actual on the palate. Where it starts to go a little bit wrong for me is just how much bitterness shines through. And it does end up lingering on. So I think I would land this one right around a 91 out of 100 for the beer. The cheese, it's an interesting cheese. It is like way overly spiced and salty for kind of like eating it. Like Miscellaneous was saying, this is probably something that is used more for melting on something, or I can definitely see that. This is like spiced, like you'd melt it on a burger or bread or something like that to give an enhanced flavor note, but have something else that's going to also help cover up or take away some of the amount of spice that's in this. It's interesting spices. It's not bad. It's just way too much on the palate for just eating it. So I would give, with that kind of in mind too, and I'd give this cheese like a 94 out of 100. I have had Havardis before where they were like so bland it was like eating nothing. So it was nice to actually have some flavors to it. It's just too much. And then as far as the pairing goes, I think that it would pair better, like this cheese would pair better with a less bitter Pilsner. Like I think the flavor notes, for the most part of most Pilsners and stuff, or even like a lager, maybe like a German, like
Fucking Keller beer, dude.
Yeah, something like that, or a what am I thinking? One of those
Kolsch?
I can't think of. I'm thinking like Oktoberfest.
Marzen.
Marzen, yeah, something like that. Just rich bready notes, I think, would go better with this cheese without the bitterness. I think the bitterness and then the amount of spices in this, like that's what I'm left with. It's just like this, like whoa, bitter and spicy, kind of at the end. It does work very well while drinking the beer and eating the cheese. It's like you got that moment of, oh wow, you got the nice kind of thyme and oregano and black pepper type thing. Washes the salt away a little bit at the beginning, but then it's kind of that leftover aftertaste. It's just like, whoa, way too much. It's kind of palate destroying in a way. So yeah.
Well,
like I said, I think it would work, but just work with a different style.
Different approach. Yeah.
Pilsner.
Nice.
Cool,
Cool,
man.
man.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers. Cheers. All right, man. We got Michael next.
Unmute myself. Sorry for the reverb.
Oh, it's okay.
So there's the Stone IPA bottle again, and I've been sipping on it. I still have a little bit left. I'm giving the beer a 94. So it's an A beer for sure. As I said before, if you like your classic West Coast style, this one certainly should be considered. And they've been making, I think, this specific beer for a while. And it's well brewed. It's balanced, and the 71 IBUs does make it strong bitterness, which you do pick up. It's not a palate wrecker or a resin kind of bitterness, but it's not 100 either. But it's definitely bitter throughout. And the cheese that I had, the Munster, toned it down a little bit, but I realized it really couldn't totally tone the bitterness down, because the bitterness is the main characteristic on the beer. So I'm going to give the cheese a 90, which I like. It's a A- the kind of cheese. I like it. I do eat a lot of Munster. And I guess combining them, I would give it a 91. It doesn't elevate the tasting, but it doesn't really diminish it. And it makes it maybe a little bit better because it does tone it down a little bit. So together a 91. And I'm happy with Stone Beer as a company. You know, I like a lot of the beers they do brew, and pretty wide range of different IPAs if that's the style you like. And they make a good stout as well. So, I mean, they're a wide-ranging brewer, and I seem to go back and buy a lot of their stuff. So cheers to everybody.
Nice. Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
Thank you, man. All right.
I think it would be tough to find a beer. I know it goes good with that, Michael. Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs
There
in the
you go.
West Coast works great.
Yeah.
Deviled
That's
eggs is like good with anything, man.
And it's a good little bite there. I like that deviled eggs. I can't talk right now. Okay. We're all having problems talking tonight, right? I don't know. No, I can't talk after the pepper. No, it finally kind of went away, so we're good. This beer is decent. It's decent, but it seems to fall within the realm of a Pilsner. The dry hopped thing, yeah, I mean, I got more flavor aromatics from the hops in this. It was nice. It was hoppy. It had that nice lemon kick to it, a herbal thing, nobly hop kind of character. It was light. It was easy to drink. It was thirst quenching, and I really enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. Of course, Untapped says bad things about it, as always, you know. So I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 92, though. Still A range, you know. 92 out of 100. Yes. And the cheese was quite hot. Had a lot of seeds in it. It was kind of, if you have bad teeth, you might chew on one of those and break your filling or something like that. Or it might get stuck in your throat and burn the crap out of you for a while. But it's not bad. The smoky chipotle thing was really nice kick to this cheese. The saltiness, the creaminess, all those other components that make this cheese what it is great. It was great. The peppers added a real nice burst of heat, making you really want something, water, whatever the hell you could have to wash that down with, and quickly. So, yeah, not bad mixture. But the cheese, I'll give that a I'll give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 90 because I was really not liking the seeds in it. Like they were really getting stuck in my mouth, and I'm going to stay on the A range, though. It wasn't bad. For a cheese that you want that's very hot, I suggest this, like I said, and maybe try it with an Imperial Stout or a dark porter, a nice imperial robust porter, or something like that would be nice, maybe. Yeah, not bad, not bad. The mixture, give that about. Give it a 93 because I liked. I bring it up a little notch there because I liked how the thirst quenching of the beer put out the fire from the cheese. So that was nice. It kind of took away the saltiness and the it wasn't terribly salty actually, but it just kind of worked well with it. It melded well, but it more than anything thirst quenched the crap out of my. It was just a very thirst quenching beer. So very nice. The heat on this, I will add, took about 15 minutes for it to finally reside and get out and go. So yeah. I'm boasting about the fact that it's so hot because it really is hot. I'm serious. Like Boar's Head, check it out. All right, let's go to this view. I'll just leave it where we're at. Here. It doesn't matter. But yeah, go ahead and shout your guys' stuff out and let everyone know what's up.
I think Miscellaneous is up first. You want to go?
Oh, shit.
Right.
Sorry about that. There you go. Is that right? Yeah. That's better.
I think
Close
you got to move Benelli and John, or John and Bumpy.
Benelli and John split them.
Sorry.
All right. Cool. That were good.
Yeah. Shit, we never did decide on a date, huh? For the cherry bomb.
No,
We haven't.
we haven't. Not.
Do you have 30 minutes on like Thursday, maybe?
Right after this show.
We could do it after this. I guess, I mean, if you wanted. I don't care.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't. Alex would be disappointed, but I don't know.
Yeah, I told Alex I'd give him
I don't
until
think
at
he's
least
gonna-
Thursday.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's going to be able to find it.
Yeah.
But I mean, all three of us are off.
Is
There's a few-
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I mean, all three of us are off on Thursday, so I don't know. I got to work during the day. If you have like 30 minutes at night, we could run it and then just cut.
Right, or even Wednesday. Chugs isn't doing his thing, right? First,
Oh yeah, you want to do it at Wednesday?
we'll just do it after wild
Yeah,
card or
Wednesday.
whatever. Yeah, let's do it after wild
Okay,
card.
Yeah. So after
works.
wild card Wednesday, we'll do the cherry bomb examination. Yeah. Check me out on Instagram. Look for some more Miscellaneous Brew reviews. My son's got something blaring in the other room, so I'm gonna have to mute.
All right, thank you, man. All right, John.
All right. Well, every Sunday morning, 10:30 Eastern, we have Stout Sunday on my channel. Bring a porter, bring a stout, hang out. We do a very similar show to what this is. We drink our beer, we talk about it, we rate it, we do shout outs, we have a good time. And what better way to start your Sunday morning than with a bourbon barrel aged stout or porter, right? And Michael Kormaroff down there, he's my co-host. And the only other thing I have is I got a new show that's going to start very soon. Bumpy's going to be my first guest. It's called Beer Buddies. I've been inspired by some of these podcasts that I've been listening to. I'm just going to have one guest each episode. It's not really going to be a weekly thing, but definitely an episode a month at least. I just interview somebody. We talk about the beers that we're drinking, obviously. I'll ask a few questions about what got you into craft beer. Like Bumpy, for example, is a home brewer, so I'll ask questions about that and just kind of, shoot the shit and hang out for an hour. So look forward to starting that up soon. So look out for that. And that's all I got. So thanks for having me. Always enjoy these beer and cheese pairings. And I got to admit, I was pretty surprised. I did not think that the two were going to really pair well, but they did. And 98 out of 100. So I'm very happy with that pairing. And I have one question. Bumpy, did you give a rating on the pairing between the beer and cheese?
No, I don't typically do that.
You don't?
I just say whether I think it works together or not.
Okay.
So, like I said, I think that it would this cheese and the style of beer. I think that was the right way to go. I just think that the beer that I had, it was too bitter. I just chose the wrong. I chose the wrong Pilsner. Out of all of the Pilsners there are, I chose the wrong one.
Oh, yeah. And Jeremy, of course, Mike Cormoff's going to be on the show. Don't you worry. I was just
fret none.
all of these
Jeremy's
guys,
one of my-
everybody on this panel is going to be on Beer Buddies at some point. So don't worry.
Jeremy's always got my back.
He does, yeah.
Cheers, JV, man. Hell yeah, dude. Bumpy. It's your turn. It's your
So
turn.
there's that multi-Monday poll that's floating around out there in this internet. It's can be found on Beerman's community page. We have 4 different styles that have yet to make it to a multi-Monday. I think we have Wild Ale is on there, which we've done beer like different beers like lambics and stuff before, but it hasn't just been a broad topic, kind of like the last one we just did, the Belgian Dark Strong, which you can go back to that Belgian Dark Strong multi-Monday. Go into the description. That's the other place you can find the poll if you want to vote. The polling does come down 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So vote up until then. Besides the wild ale, what else is on the poll right now? It's wild ale, gluten-free beers,
Any rye beer.
any rye beer. So just the beer has to have some sort of something to do with rye.
And then the other one was the Weiss beer, right?
the Weizenbach.
Weissbach, yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Just get out there, vote, and we'll figure out what's on the next multi-Monday.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
why that Wild's got a great lead right now, I think. Yeah.
It's
Cool.
ahead, that's for sure.
It's ahead, yeah. Yeah. But that can change. Get your votes in.
Yeah, I've got one for each one, so I'm coasting easy this week. I'm not gonna run around with my head cut off trying to find stuff like last week.
Yeah.
Well, if your head was cut off, you wouldn't be doing much running, but you know.
I might. I'm like a chicken, I think, could live forever. Go ahead.
All right, Michael, man. You got anything to
Okay.
shout out?
John made my shout out, but I have something to show. I showed this on Stout Sunday as well. My friend came back from Asheville, North Carolina, stopped at Mills River at the Sierra Nevada Brewery, and brought back a barrel-aged torpedo.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh, dang, dude.
8% on bourbon barrels.
Oh, shit.
Certainly sounds interesting. And this is, your full 25.4 ounce with the champagne top. So definitely will be interesting. The Mills River example of Sierra Nevada is 10 years old. So this is their anniversary of 10 years in that site. And they also have, the main brewery in Chico, California, where I think they still brew a lot of beer. But the East Coast, to this point now, Sierra Nevada does have a big footprint. So I think a lot of their beer now does come out of Mills River. And my friend Gail thought it was really amazing how it was laid out. It's on like a really big lot with a lot of stuff going on. And she got to try some of the beer there as well. And Asheville is as far west as you can go in North Carolina in the mountains. So it's a lot of really nice scenery as well. So she really had a good time. She drank a lot of beer, and we'll be drinking some more of the stuff she brought back in future tastings that we do at the Beach Club. So I'm excited about that too. But I'll be looking for everybody. I think I can possibly get a Prairie Cherry Bomb, but I would have to check. The co-op does handle some Prairie stuff. I'll have
Nice.
to look.
If you get it,
I'll
you're welcome.
I'll be watching when
So-
you do it, and if I can get one, I would be interested in being involved. But
Cool.
we will see.
Yeah, there
good.
you go.
That'll be good to have you there.
Hit us up in the hangout, or you got my email. And stuff.
Yeah, and I got Bumpy's email too, and I could see everybody else in the hangout too. But
Yep.
I'll look for it.
Cool, man. All right. Yeah, just tomorrow will be. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Lagers, bring a lager Wednesday. Bring a lager, any lager. I don't care what it is. Just bring a lager. We'll talk about the yeasts that are in that lager at 6 o'clock Eastern. Excuse me. And next Tuesday will be just a regular open table. Bring whatever you want. 8 o'clock Eastern. And I will not be here for Monday. Will I? No, I'll be in Portland. It's my birthday. So I'll be, my wife wants to go to Portland. So I will be out. Probably have to have Drunken One do the pull and all that. But I apologize. Wife wants to go out. So that's the way it is. And that's 2 hours east of me. So I don't think I'll be getting back anytime
What are you
soon.
laughing about?
So you guys have a good time.
Well, I hope you have a good birthday.
Thank
happy
you, man. Yeah. If I'm there, I'm there. For some weird, miraculous reason, I'll be there. But we'll see. We're not getting a hotel. We're coming home that day. I told my wife I can't drink that much. I can't drive. But yeah. So that's that. Anything else? No, nothing else. So yeah. Thank you so much, everyone on the panel and in the chat. Thank you so much for your support, for being here. Really appreciate you guys. Panel guys, thank you so much. You guys rock, man. Hey, thanks, Miss Piggy. Thank you very much. I will be 47 years old. I'll just let everyone know it. Okay. Well, I'm going to put the outro out now, and we're going to end the show. How about it?
Yeah.